So because my Shelby 01 concept car got delayed in shipping and I have to wait a little bit more until it arrives, I decided to make another tip video on expensive 118 scale model cars. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, what are the 118 scale model cars that cost a lot more that I should get? You know, what expensive 118 scale model cars should I get? Because obviously there's a lot of them out there, but which one should I actually go for the most? And because I have nothing else to do, I decided to make another tip video on expensive 118 scale model cars. So let's start off with this Hot Wheels 118 scale Dodge Charger from the first Fast Furious. Now, there is an elite version of this, I know that, but I don't have it. So this is just a regular version of it where the hood doesn't open, neither does the trunk, and there's no colors on the supercharger or even the interior. But for the most part, it's still nice. This costs like $100, I believe, so it was pretty expensive. But for $100, it was honestly worth it. It's not bad at all. It's very well detailed. You know, it looks very close to its movie counterpart, and the amount of detail went into this 118 scale model is insane. $100, it is not bad at all. I did not regret my purchase on this. And I'm a huge Fast Furious fan, that also helps. And the interior, even the interior is still well detailed. Granted, there's not much colors, but it's still nice. Again, the amount of detail went into this is still really insane. And I'm glad that Hot Wheels puts a lot of effort into the 118 scale model cars. So, Hot Wheels is definitely one brand you should get when it comes to 118 scale cars, because Hot Wheels makes really detailed 118 scale cars, even when they're not like the elite versions. Like, they still can make really good model cars. So there's Hot Wheels. Another one you should probably try and get in is Ricoh. Now this is the Cadillac 16 concept car. This was rare because obviously it's not being made no more, and it is a concept car, so there's also that. And for $180, this is definitely worth it. I mean, just the amount of detail is insane. Like, it has obviously the iconic hoods that open like two ways or whatever. Just the engine detail is really nice. I mean, let me try and show you right here. It's silver, yes, but there's still color to it. The logo, even the engine has the Cadillac logo colored. The outside of the body itself is very beautiful. It's so nice. And the interior, of course, and thank God that this has all the doors open on this 118 scale model car. Because if the back doors did not open, I would have had a huge problem with that. But thankfully, they open. And the interior is well detailed, and the material used to make it is also very nice. Okay, let me open the passenger side. And of course, there's colors into the interior to obviously make it more real. And I'm glad that Ricoh put a lot of effort into this 118 scale model car, because the Cadillac 16 is one of my favorite concept cars of all time. So I'm glad I got a model of this iconic concept car. And the hood, or I mean the trunk, I'm sorry. The trunk, it's fine for the most part. The material used to make the trunk is nice. It's a little bit more, it's soft, and it should feel like that. But overall though, $180, not bad at all. And of course, here's the bottom, which is pretty well detailed. And yes, tires aren't exactly like, don't feel real, but I don't mind. It was still worth buying this 118 scale model cards. It's still very beautiful. Now let's move on to the Hot Wheels Elite ones. Now these are ones that cost a lot more and are more detailed ones. So here is a 1989 Batmobile. I'm pretty sure I'll know this one. I mean, it's the Batmobile. Of course you would know this. But when it comes to Hot Wheels Elite, these are ones that are more detailed. They have more detail into it, and they cost a lot more because they're kind of rare to get. And the 118 scale model is just so cool. Like, obviously it has the turrets. This part even, like, you can pull out a little bit, and of course the door opens like how it does in the movie. and it's awesome. The interior is also nice too. Right here, granted, the controls or whatever are stickers, but I don't mind because everything else is just so nice. Like the tires, the rims, the body looks very close to the movie, and of course the back. And it's so badass. There is another version of this Batmobile from Hot Wheels, but it's like a more damaged one. That one I have yet to get, and if I do get it someday, I will make a video on it. But right now I have the regular version, which I'm fine with because, again, I'm a huge fan of this Batmobile. So there's that. Now, another expensive model car that I got is this Mazda 787B from, let me see, who was it from again? CMR. Now, I don't know much about them. The tires feel real. They're rubbery. I'm glad they do. It's nice. It's well made. But the only problem is that you can tell, like, this part right here, like the little slits that kind of show the engine, like they're obviously just painted black. Like they don't actually go through the engine or like the body at all, which I have a problem with. The other problem is that the windows kind of fall way too easily off. As you remember, if you remember when I unboxed this car, I accidentally pushed my thumb too hard on the window and it fell right off. Thankfully I got glue and I was able to glue it back in, but still, it was not a good day. But for the interior though, it's nice. There's colors, of course, in the interior, and it's well detailed. And the whole car itself is well detailed. Like, even though the outside isn't exactly the most detailed, it's still well made, and it still runs pretty well for the most part. And it looks very nice, and it just looks so badass in general. And also, you can tell that this part doesn't go through like how the real car does, but it's whatever. Overall though, for $139, it's not bad. But if you want like a much better, more detailed version of the Mazda 77B, get the one from Auto Art. But if you get that one, it costs a lot more. So that's a bit of a warning. But if you want like a cheap version, or at least like the cheapest version of Mazda 77B, you should get the one CMR. Because even though it's a little bit cheaper than the Auto Art one, it's still not bad. And I still recommend you can get it. Now, of course, on to Auto Art. I have two, of course. One was a cheap model, and that was the Corvette Cadillac, which I just unboxed like a few days ago. Now, for almost $100, it's not bad. It's the only problem is that it's not as detailed as its other models, like the Porsche right there or my Lamborghinis, but it's still well made. The tires move. The tires nicely. The body's beautiful, of course. It's well detailed. The engine is still obviously well made, and there's a lot of detail into it. The interior, of course, is still well made. The tires are made out of different materials, so it's not like rubbery as some of the other ones, but still, for like $89, or yeah, it's not bad at all. It was definitely a really great deal because it's still really nice. It's still well made. But, and also the logo on the Callaway is actually like, it's not like painted, it's actually like, it's actually like a metal that was glued in. That was glued on the body, and that's what's nice about it. Is that there's still some details that make him, there's still some small details on this model car that make it more detailed than the Maestro Braga models, so that's nice. And this part opens too, but I honestly don't want to open it because I really don't want to. I don't really feel the need to, and I just don't want to in general. But overall, for like $89, it's not bad. And also, you can tell this part is just like a sticker or just painted, so it doesn't actually go through, which kind of sucks. But still, it's not bad at all. And this is the only Corvette Callaway 118 scale that I know that is actually made. So, yeah, it was definitely worth $89. It's still really nice. Now onto a really good Auto Art model. Like this is like one of their older ones that are like the most detailed. A great example of this is the Porsche Carrera GT. Now, I've already unboxed this, but Jesus Christ, it's really nice. Like, obviously the tires made are more rubbery, so to make it more real, the outside of the car just looks beautiful. It's so well made, and even you can actually like take off parts of the rooftop to make it like a Porsche Carrera GT Spider, which is so cool. That's definitely one thing I didn't need to do, but I'm glad I did because it's so awesome. And this part right here is actually like, it actually goes through, which the Cadillac doesn't, but this one, it does. Obviously, let's open, of course, the interior, of course. You don't want to miss that. The interior, it's well made, like you can tell there's a lot of detail into the interior. Colors stand out, you know, to make it look like the real deal. It is just a really well made model. And, of course, the hood in the trunk. I'm sorry that I'm taking too long to obviously open it. It's just that it falls down too easily. But you can tell by the engine detail on the back, it's just so well made. And there's a lot. It was obviously made by really expensive material. And of course, the hood, which has nothing in it, still really well made. It feels really soft. It feels very like cloth-like, and that's what I like about it, is that it just feels like it was made more out of expensive material. Here's the bottom, of course. I mean, there's nothing really, which kind of sucks. But overall, though, for $200, it was definitely worth it. It was really well made, and AutoWart makes some of the best multi-skill model cars, in my opinion. Not all their models are great, but when they're great, it's definitely worth it. And this Porsche Carrera GT was definitely worth the money. So this is like a tip video of what multi-skill models you should get. So if you want like pretty expensive models that are not too expensive, you should get Hot Wheels, or some of the older AutoWart models that don't cost as much. But if you want the more expensive ones, like the really expensive ones, you also have CMR, or Hot Wheels Elite, or Rico, or of course some of the higher end AutoWart models. And well, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching the video.